Hello all. So far we have discussed the Unit 1, Unit 3 of data science, and then we were discussing exploratory data analysis. So here are some prerequisites and objectives. The primary objective of this course is to develop both theoretical knowledge on data science, data skills, which can be applied to practical problems for explain how much math and information science can contribute to building better algorithms in software. So this unit 3 was about machine learning, and after some basics and some good algorithms. The next topic is data wrangling and its the various tools used for data wrangling. So what is data wrangling? Why it is called wrangling? So data wrangling is also called cleaning or data remediation or data mugging. Refers to a variety of process designed to transform raw data into more readily used format. The exact method differs from project to project depending on the data you are leveraging and the goal you are trying to achieve. Means what is wrangling actually means? Means to transform the data into one format to another format. Means if we are transforming the data from one format into another format for some useful work, for some to get some useful data for data analysis, then it is called wrangling. So data wrangling is a process of transforming and mapping the data from one raw data into another format. Okay, mapping the data, one raw data from into another format with the intent of making it appropriate, means for making it useful and valuable for a variety of downstream purpose such as analytics. The main goal of wrangling is to acquire quality and useful data. Means if you want good data, if you want to acquire useful data, we need to undergo the process of wrangling. Okay, so data analytics, typically it is very important. They typically spend majority of their time in the process of data wrangling compared to actual analysis of data. Means like if they are investing 70% of their time in data wrangling, then 30% in the actual analysis of data. So data wrangling is a commonly used catch-all to describe the early stages of data analytic process, like we were discussing in EDA, exploratory data analysis. It is the initial investigation. Okay. So somewhat confusingly, the term is also sometimes used to describe the individual steps in this process too. For instance, you might hear it used synonymously with activities like data mining or data cleaning. Or we will be discussed that these data mining and data cleaning are the part of data wrangling. Or we can say these are the subset of data, this data wrangling. So in reality, the later two are usually, I am coming to that point only. The later two means that data mining and data cleaning are actually the subset of data wrangling. Something to keep in mind. Okay. So, what does the data wrangling involve? While the order and number tasks differ depending on the data sets, common key steps include. Means there are some key steps what we are doing in this process of what in data collection, cleaning, and all. So their order may be different. Like if your data is clean data, so we don't require the data clean. So this is the terms. These are the things we are required in data wrangling. First, we need to do collecting the data. So collecting the data, as we were discussing in exploratory data analysis, it is the very first step is to decide which data you need, where to extract it from, and then, of course, to collect it or scrap it. Okay. So collecting the data means which type of data you need. Suppose I am doing research on cancer, so I need the data of cancer patients. So I will look into the online Kaggle or data.gov.in or whatever site. So where to extract from it from, and then of course where when we get the data, we will collect it or scrap it. Then the next thing is exploratory data analysis, EDA. We were discussing in my previous lectures. What is EDA? EDA is an initial investigation or initial analysis. It is carrying out an initial analysis, helps summarizes a data set's core feature and defines its structure or lack of one. Okay. Then structuring the data. Structuring the data means we are having our data, and the most of the data is unstructured and text heavy. So you will need to parse your data. Parse means break it down into syntactic components, like break the big tables of data in small table to reduce redundancy and all, and transform it into more user friendly format. Okay. So next step is, the fourth step is data cleaning. Once your data has, data has some structure. Once you structured your data, it needs cleaning. It involves removing errors, duplicate values, unwanted outliers. Outliers we have discussed in exploratory data analysis. Like if, salary of a person, average salary of female candidates is 2 lakhs or 1 lakh in USA, and one female candidate is the VC of the, university or VC of the organization, then her salary, although it is a correct data, but will the average, if we are taking the average of the salaries, then VC salary will be the outliers. Although it is there, but it is the outlier. Okay, so outliers we have discussed in detail in exploratory data analysis. So unwanted outliers, duplicate values, removing errors, this all will comes in cleaning. Okay. Then next is data enriching. What is enriching? Next you will need to enhance your data either by filling it missing values, because the missing values needs to fill up, or you just remove it. So either by filling in missing values or merging it with additional source to accumulate additional data points. Okay. So after enriching your data, you have enriched your data, structured your data, clean your data. Now the very important step is validation. So after enriching your data either by filling missing values or merging with additional source, then validation is the important point. You will need to check that your data meets all your requirements, all your necessary and sufficient requirements, that you are properly carried out in all the previous steps. Previous means that data cleaning, enriching means you are on the right track. Validation is just to check up that you are on the right step, that your data meets all your requirements, and that you have properly carried out all the previous steps. This commonly involves using tools like R or Python and so on. So now the last step in this data wrangling process is, you have cleared your data, enriched your data, clean your data, all the validation are done. Then finally to store and publish your data in dedicated architecture, databases or warehouses, so that it is accessible to end user. Okay, data cleaning ke baad, after data cleaning, what we will do? You will store it, because clean data and unclean data will mix up. So after you make your data, you validate your data, you are done with your data is ready to use, ready to analyze, then you will store this data in a dedicated architecture, in database or warehouse and so on. So now we'll discuss some tools. While all the data analysis requires the ability to manipulate data manually using tools like MS Excel and Python, many data wrangling process can now be automated. There is an increasing number of proprietary tools. There are many tools, but I will discuss some tools available in the market. Data wrangling is more accessible to beginners analysis or non-expert. Let's look at a handful of these now. Okay, so now we'll discuss some important, some very useful data handling tools, data wrangling tools. So very first is what so we are discussing some best tools of data wrangling. So very first tool is Parse Hub. One of the first step was what? The collection of data. So one of the first step in the data analytics process is the data collection. This is often done on the web. If you are a total beginner or just still grappling with Python, Parse Hub provides a useful alternative. This is coding free. Okay, so this web scraping and data extraction tool offers an easy to use desktop interface. I will tell you the best feature of it. It is an easy to use desktop interface that extract data from a wide range of interactive websites. It is very good thing. It is code free. You can simply click on the data you would like to collect. आपने जिस data पे click किया जो चाहिए और extract कर लिया. Okay, so it is code free. You simply click on the data you would like to collect and extract and export this into JSON, Excel, spreadsheet or API formats. ParsHub's main selling point for beginners is that it has a GUI. It has a graphical interface. It is the special, attraction of this ParsHub, that it has a graphical user interface. So as a standardized tool, ParsHub does have some limitations. The limitations we are discussing. Though, for instance, many websites have anti-scraping protocols which ParsHub can't get around. It's non-ideal for larger projects. Okay, simply it's not very good for larger projects either. Although its customer support can help solve most issues. In short, if you are new to web scraping, ParsHub is great for getting to grips with fundamentals. The next tool we are discussing with is Scrappy. It is the another popular web scraping tool. Scrappy is more complex than code-free tools like ParsHub. It is complex because it is not coding-free. ParsHub was coding-free and it is not. And the trade-off is that it's much more versatile. An open source web scraping framework built in Python is also completely free to use. Scrappy is fast and scalable, making it suitable for projects of any size. And because of its open source, it has a great repository on GitHub. This is stuffed with all the code you could need for alter. You need to alter its functionality and remove or extend its modules in the vast variety of ways. So, this every other tools, it has some drawback, and its main drawback is learning curve because it's not coding free. It's written in Python, and you will need a solid grasp of language before using it. So you must know, you are must very expert in Python before using this Scrappy. And while its functionality is a wide ranging, a drawback of is that you will need to learn what each module can do before deciding whether to use it or not. If you are committed to an open source web scraping tool and find Scrappy too difficult, alternatives are available. And the third is Talent. Talent is a suite of tools, many tools. Okay, Talent is not a simple tool. It is a suite of tools for various data wrangling, data preparation, and data cleaning activities. So it is a tools of for all data wrangling, data preparation, and data cleaning activities. An enterprise-friendly browser-based platform. It uses a straightforward point and click interface. So its interface is point and click. This makes data wrangling much easier than it would be using heavily coded base packages. However, if you prefer coding from scratch rather than using the inbuilt extract, transform, load functionality, this is also possible. This makes it a good option for those who want to build their expertise as they go. So like others, talents functionality wise, Talents lets you apply rules to all kinds of data sets, saving these and sharing them across the teams. It also comes with inbuilt processes for tasks like enrichment and integration, and interoperates with a variety of other common enterprise platforms. And like Scribby, it has also some flaws. Our one drawback of Talent is that its machine learning functionality is not always on top form. This means more sophisticated tasks like fuzzy matching, identifying matching data points that don't match 100%. Fuzzy matching is if the data points are not properly matched, 100% matched, then it is called fuzzy matching. It can be less ideal, which such a lot of functionality is also high on memory consumption and can be a bit busy at times. And the fourth tool is AltX APA platform. So the AltX APA platform not only provides tools for the data wrangling process, but extend a broader data analytics and data science requirement too. It is great if you want everything in one location. Okay, in terms of like I have told na ki, making up data is data wrangling. So scraping the data from our sources and gathered at one location. So this is very great if you want everything in one location. In terms of data wrangling, Alteryx offers over 100 pre-existing tools covering everything from data profiling and find and replace to fuzzy matching. One of its standout features, though, is the sheer number of sources it works with, all without any reduction speed. You can extract data from practically any kind of a spreadsheet or file Platforms like Salesforce, third-party sites, social media, mobile apps, or census database. You can name it. AltX also handles these data sources far more readily than tools like MS Excel, which tends to slow down with very large data sets. It can also export your data into any kind of system and integrates well with other data wrangling tools like Tableau. We will discuss Tableau later. So see number 7 on our list. Okay, this is the number 4 and I will discuss Tableau later. This makes producing great data visualization much more straightforward. On the downside, Alteryx drag and drop interface sometimes complicates matters. Every step in the process has to be incorporated into the visual workflow. The interface is generally a bit tired looking, which is a shame because it doesn't reflect the power of platform. The next tool in this, this data wrangling is Alter Monarch. Alter Monarch is another data preparation platform. It is also used for data preparation platform that transform complex unstructured data into more usable format. As I was repeatedly telling you that making one form of data or transforming one form into another form. Why? To make it more usable, to make it more appropriate for data analysis. So it claims to be able to extract data from any source, including difficult and unstructured format, unstructured raw format like PDFs and text-based report. It then transforms these according to your chosen rules before inputting data directly into your SQL database. Notably, the platform has a lot of inbuilt tools geared specifically towards the reporting regulation of the accounting and healthcare industries. It's very popular in these sectors. Altair Monarch started life as simpler tool but has since evolved much more functionality. While this is a great, if you have complex need, it's made the tool less user friendly for those with less intensive requirement. Microsoft Power Query is the sixth. As a creator of one of the most powerful electronic data manipulation tools, Microsoft Excel, we couldn't leave Microsoft off our list. While Microsoft offers a whole suite of tools, and for data wrangling, MS Power Query stands out. It offers much of the same ETL functionality as the other tool on our list, like Scribby and all. But what sets of Power Query apart is that it is built directly into MS Excel. This makes it the perfect next step for those with advanced Excel skills who want it to take things to next level. Ultimately, what makes the Power Query so useful, it also perhaps its biggest flaw. The fact that it's a Microsoft product, while it's a solid tool, its key selling point is that it integrates with another Microsoft tool like Power BI, their data viz tools, and Power Automate, their workflow software. So the last is Tableau, last but not the least, because there are many, other data wrangling tools, but in this lecture I will tell you the last is Tableau desktop. We covered web scraping and transformation tools, but we couldn't finish this list without at least one data visualization tool. Enter Tableau desktop. Tableau offers a range of striking visualization from tree maps and Gantt charts to histograms and motion chart. We must stress that it's not primarily a data pre-processing tool, but it does have some inbuilt data prepping and cleaning features that helps to produce snazzy visualization that it's framed for. The data preview pane lets you view this data set core feature at a glance, and the data interpreter allows you to identify columns, headings, and rows. Among all other functionality, you can also split string values into multiple columns or groups, continuous values into sections known as bins, which helps for creating